Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we're doing something a bit different. It's not archives or old texts.
No, this is more personal, much more immediate.
Exactly. We're sharing a story, a really chilling one, actually. It came straight from a listener, Coon Boy.
Right.
He told us about this experience he and his friend Jack had maybe, 7 or 8 years ago?
Yeah, around that time.
It happened in an apartment building near Rama, too. And believe me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. It gets intense.
It really does. What's fascinating here is how the story builds. It starts with these small, almost unnoticeable details.
Right.
But they layer up, the strangeness just escalates until you hit this really shocking final reveal. It makes you question everything.
Okay, let's get into it then. The main people are Coon Boy, our storyteller, and his good friend Jack.
And Coon Boy mentions Jack was like the best looking guy in their friend group.
Huh, yeah, he makes a point of that. Important later, maybe. Anyway, there's another friend too, Nut. So, Nut invites Boy and Jack over to his apartment. He was moving out soon, needed some help Sunday morning.
Makes sense.
The plan was, pretty simple. Go over Saturday night, hang out, maybe have a few drinks, crash there, then help him pack up the next day.
Standard friend stuff.
Right. Nut lived on the 5th floor, top floor of this 5-story building.
Got it.
And Coon Boy mentions he'd actually been to the building before, like hung out downstairs, maybe had a beer outside.
Ah, so familiar with the outside, but not the inside.
Exactly. Never been up to Nut's actual apartment. So this was, new ground for him. They get there about 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
Okay, setting the scene. Late night arrival.
So they arrive, pull up to the front gate, and there's the security guard, an older guy.
Right.
And this is where the weirdness starts, like immediately. The guard smiles, seems friendly enough, but then he gives them this really specific instruction.
Oh.
He says something like, hey, if you're going up, use the middle staircase. Or maybe the far one.
Not the main one.
Exactly. Just don't use the main one right here in front of you. And Coon Boy, he's immediately like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's odd. It's the most direct route.
Right. So he asks the guard, why? Why can't we use this one? Is something wrong with it?
Good question.
But the guard just sort of brushes it off. Big smile, waves his hand. Oh, nothing, it's fine. He even adds, you can use this one if you really want.
That's even stranger. Dismissive, but slightly off.
Totally. It feels like that first little nudge, that subtle warning sign. What do you make of that kind of initial, almost throwaway comment setting the tone?
Well, it's classic foreshadowing, isn't it? It's effective precisely because it's subtle. It's not a big flashing sign saying danger.
Yeah.
It's just odd enough to plant a seed of unease. Makes you, the listener, and maybe them too, subconsciously start wondering, okay, what's really going on here? It plays on that feeling that things aren't quite right.
Yeah, that low-level dread. So, despite this, maybe thinking the guard's just a bit eccentric, Boy and Jack decide, and use the main staircase anyway.
The one they were told not to use, of course.
Of course. So they start walking up. Floor 1, fine. Floor 2, normal. 3, 4, no problems at all. Everything seems perfectly ordinary.
Until the 5th floor, I'm guessing.
Until the 5th floor, the top floor. So they get to the landing, and there's this architectural feature. A big air vent window.
Yep.
It's about chest high, built into the wall, apparently to let air circulate, keep the stairwell from getting too stuffy.
Makes sense.
And standing right there by the window is a woman.
Ah.
She's wearing a white nightgown. And she's facing out, like she's looking at the view.
Past 10 p.m.
Exactly. Late at night to be admiring the scenery, Coon Boy notes, even from behind, he could tell she was, beautiful.
Okay.
And Jack, being Jack, the handsome charmer.
Here we go.
He kind of mutters, but loud enough to be heard, who were you waiting for, beautiful, waiting for me? And then he laughs a little.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah. It seems like she hurt him because she starts to turn around slowly. But she only turns halfway, so they only see like half her face.
Just half.
Creepy. Coon Boy, being more polite, quickly grabs Jack's shirt, tugs him a bit, and says to the woman, excuse my friend. Sorry.
Good move.
And as he says this, he notices her lips are moving, like she's talking.
But
there's no sound. Nothing at all. Just silent lip movement.
Okay, that's definitely unsettling.
Yeah. But they kind of shake it off, turn to keep walking down the hall towards Nut's room.
Right. Try to ignore it.
But just as they turn away, maybe take a step or two, both of them just stop. Freeze.
Why? What happened?
At the exact same moment, they each hear a whisper right beside their ear.
A whisper.
Yes. But here's the really chilling part. They heard different things.
different.
Coon Boy heard a woman's voice whisper very clearly, "It's okay, big brother."
Okay. Comforting, almost.
Yeah, but Jack heard the same female voice whisper, "You'll meet me tonight."
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not comforting. That's a threat.
Totally different messages. They both immediately realize, okay, that was a woman's voice. They spin back around instantly to look at the woman by the window. She's gone.
Gone. Like walked away.
Vanished completely. 1 second there, next second, nothing. They thought maybe she just walked off quickly, went downstairs maybe, but it felt impossibly fast.
Wow. Okay. 2 different whispers.
Yeah.
Specific messages, then instant disappearance. That's a massive escalation. We've gone from weird to undeniably supernatural now.
Right.
And the fact they heard different things simultaneously, that's psychologically very powerful, isn't it?
Right.
It isolates them in their experience, even though it happened together.
How so?
Well, one gets a potentially benign message, the other gets something ominous. It creates confusion, doubt. Did we hear the same thing? Did I hear that right? Plus, the vanishing act just solidifies that this isn't normal. It attacks their sense of shared reality. Extremely unnerving.
Definitely. So they're freaked out, obviously, but they gotta keep going to Nut's room. They continue down the 5th floor hallway.
It's been a long walk.
You bet. And as they're walking, they notice something else. Almost every single door they pass has a room for rent sign taped to it.
The whole floor,
It looks like it. The place seems practically deserted.
adding to the creepiness.
Totally. Then, about halfway down the hall, they see this one room. It's clearly empty, and maybe 4 or 5 of the vertical blinds on its window are missing. Broken off or something.
You can see inside.
Yeah, despite it being dark in there, the missing blinds give them a partial view. Coon Boy, maybe morbid curiosity kicks in, despite the fear. He decides to peek inside.
Oh boy.
And what he sees chills him to the bone.
What was it?
He described it as a shadow, but darker than the darkness in the room, you know.
Like unnaturally dark.
Exactly. And it looked like a long-haired woman. And this shape, this shadow, it was convulsing, struggling violently.
Struggling?
Yeah, like she was hanging from something. He thought it looked like a clothesline, maybe in the kitchen area of the room, just thrashing.
Oh, that's horrifying.
He pulls back instantly, totally freaked out, whispers to Jack, "Jack, do you see that? Did you see what I just saw?"
Did Jack see it?
Jack's like, "What?" See, he hadn't looked yet, so Coon Boy tells him, Look in the room."
Yeah.
Jack leans in, peers through the gap in the blinds. And as he does, that shadow figure suddenly lunges forward towards the window.
Oh, God.
It startles Jack so badly, he physically jumps back, stumbles, and slams hard against the door of the room directly opposite. Makes this loud thud.
A physical reaction. That really shows the intensity.
Yeah, it wasn't just, "Oh, that's creepy." It was a full-body, instinctual getaway reaction.
That contrast is key. Coonboy's glimpse, which is terrifying enough, versus Jack's experience of it lunging, causing that physical recoil.
Yeah.
It makes the threat feel incredibly real and immediate. It's not just in their heads.
Exactly. And that loud thud, it has immediate consequences. The door Jack hit, it opens right away.
Oh, someone lives there.
Apparently. A middle-aged man looks maybe in his 40s, steps out, looks a bit annoyed maybe.
Understandable, getting hit by a door.
Right. Coon Boy, feeling awkward now, quickly apologizes. "Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry for the noise." But then, his mind still reeling from the shadow and the empty rooms, he decides to ask the guy.
Ask him what?
He goes, "Sir, quick question. Is there anything strange about that empty room across from you? And also, why are there so many empty rooms up here anyway?"
Bold move. Asking a stranger that.
Yeah, but he's desperate for some kind of explanation, I guess. The man just smiles, a kind of calm smile.
And said,
Denies everything supernatural. "Ghosts," he says, still smiling. "Nah. Lived here a long time. Never seen anything like that."
okay. It's great denial.
But then, about the empty rooms, his answer is weirdly evasive. He keeps smiling and just sort of agrees, like, "Yeah, that's right. Why are there so many empty rooms?"
He just repeats the question. No explanation.
Nope. Just agrees it's strange, and then, quick as anything, he just says goodnight and closes his door, shuts it right away.
Leaving them totally confused.
Completely. Like, why deny ghosts but then act weird about the empty rooms? It didn't add up.
Very strange interaction. Adds another layer of mystery.
So, finally, after the guard, the woman, the whispers, the shadow, and the weird neighbor, they finally make it to Nut's room at the end of the hall.
Must have been a relief.
Huge relief. They go inside. Nuts got everything ready for a chill night. Alcohol, snacks are out, his moving boxes are all packed up neatly, the TV's on, maybe a football game.
Okay, normal atmosphere.
And here's another strange thing. Once they're inside with Nut, with the drinks and the game,
Yeah.
it's like they just forgot.
Forgot what they just went through.
Yeah, all that terror on the stairs and in the hallway, it just seemed to evaporate. Maybe it was the relief, maybe the alcohol kicked in fast, maybe the distraction of the game.
The mind trying to protect itself, maybe? Compartmentalizing the fear.
Could be. They just fell into the party mood. The three of them drank, watched the game, talked, and eventually, one by one, they just passed out. Fell asleep right there in Nut's living room area.
Okay. A moment of normalcy probably before more horror.
You guessed it. Coon Boy wakes up. It's early, around 5 a.m. Still dark out.
Right.
First thing he notices, Jack isn't there. He's gone from where he fell asleep.
Uh-oh.
He gets up, looks around, checks the bathroom quickly. Nope, not there.
Okay.
Then he glances towards the window at the blinds, and he sees a dark shape, a figure, moving just outside.
Outside the window.
Huh.
On the 5th floor.
Well, near the window area, he assumes it's Jack. Thinks, he probably went out for a cigarette.
Plausible.
So Coon Boy goes to the apartment door, opens it to call Jack back in.
Yeah.
It's not Jack.
Who is it?
It's the middle-aged neighbor from across the hall, the guy they talked to earlier.
Him? What's he doing there at 5 a.m.?
Just standing there, he looks at Coon Boy, gives that same kind of smile,
Okay.
and then says something absolutely bone-chilling.
What did he say?
He says, "Your handsome friend, the one who came with you. I saw him. He's sleeping naked in the room across from mine."
What? Naked. In the empty, haunted room.
Exactly. Coon Boy is just stunned, instantly shocked. He manages to ask, "Really, sir? How? How did he even get in there?"
Yeah, how? And why naked?
The man just shrugs. "I don't know, but come on, let's go check on him."
He wants Coon Boy to go with him.
Yeah. Coon Boy, totally bewildered, heart-pounding, agrees. He follows the man back down the hallway towards that empty room where they saw the shadow.
That feels like a trap.
It feels awful. They get to the room. Coon Boy looks inside through the missing blinds, and his blood runs cold.
It's Jack.
It's Jack, exactly as the man said, naked, lying on the bare, dusty floor of this completely dilapidated room,
Yeah.
covered in dust and grime.
Oh my god, that's horrific.
Coon Boy rushes in, shakes Jack, tries to wake him up. He's out cold. Coon Boy even slaps his face gently, trying to rouse him.
Does he wake up?
Slowly, yeah. He comes to, looks incredibly dazed, confused. Coon Boy asks him what happened.
Does Jack remember?
His story is fragmented. He says he woke up around 4 a.m., wanted a cigarette, went out into the hallway, and the woman, the beautiful woman from the landing, the one he flirted with, she was there,
She came back.
apparently. And she invited him into this room, the empty room.
And he went.
He went. But he said when he went inside with her, he remembers seeing furniture, a bed, other stuff. It looked like a normal furnished room then.
But now it's empty and run down.
Completely empty, dilapidated, nothing like what he remembered from just an hour earlier.
That's terrifying, like a glamour spell fading.
Exactly. And just as Jack is trying to explain this, trying to make sense of it, they both hear it.
Hear what?
From the kitchen area of that same room, where Coon Boy saw the hanging shadow earlier,
Oh, yeah.
they hear the sound of long fingernails scraping slowly down the window blinds. Scrape. Followed by a woman's voice whispering out of the darkness, "Are you scared of me now?"
Nope. Time to go.
That was it. Absolute terror. Coon Boy and Jack just bolted, scrambled out of that room as fast as they possibly could, didn't look back.
I don't blame them one bit.
But wait, it gets worse. One more shock.
Oh.
As they're running back towards Nut's room, they glance across the hall at the neighbor's door. The middle-aged man who just woke Coon Boy up.
Yeah. What about it?
There's a room for rent sign taped to it now.
No. He was just there.
And the doorknob, it's covered in a thick layer of dust, cobwebs even, clearly showing that door hasn't been opened in a very, very long time.
So the neighbor.
He wasn't real either. He was part of it. Another ghost.
Wow. Okay, that's a double haunting. Not just the woman, but the seemingly helpful neighbor too. That completely destroys any sense of safety or normalcy they might have clung to.
Right. Who can you trust?
Absolutely no one on that floor, apparently. It erodes reality itself. You think you're interacting with a living person, getting information, however strange, but nope. Another layer of the deception, of the haunting, makes the whole environment hostile.
Totally hostile. So, terrified out of their minds, they sprint back to Nut's room, burst inside, The lights are on now.
Nut must be awake.
Nut's awake, sees the absolute horror on their faces, and finally, he tells them the truth about the 5th floor.
The whole story.
The whole story. He confirms, yes, the woman in that room, she was real. She lived there.
Live, past tense.
Past tense. She suffered from severe depression. And tragically, she took her own life by hanging herself.
Oh, God.
From the clothesline in the kitchen area of that room, exactly where Coon Boy saw the shadow.
It's devastating. And connects directly to the vision.
Directly. And then Nut tells them about the man, the neighbor across the hall.
What about him?
He also died shortly after the woman did, maybe only 3 days later.
How?
Died in his sleep. No clear cause found. Just passed away.
Wow. 2 deaths right across the hall from each other.
And then Nut drops the final bombshell. The reason for all those room for rent signs.
Which is?
Every single room on the entire 5th floor was empty. Except his.
He was the only tenant left.
The only one. He was just waiting for his lease deposit back so he could move out too. He couldn't stand it up there anymore. Said it was too eerie, too lonely being the only person.
But he hadn't seen anything himself.
Apparently not. He just felt the overwhelming creepiness, the isolation. He didn't experience what Boy and Jack did.
Maybe they were targeted.
That's what Coon Boy thinks. He told Nut his theory. Jack's flirty comment to the woman on the landing, "Waiting for me, beautiful." He thinks that might have been what provoked her spirit, what singled them, or at least Jack, out. And Coon Boy, telling the story, still believes that's likely what happened.
It certainly fits, doesn't it? Connecting all those dots now.
Mm-hmm.
It's chilling.
Yeah.
You have the guards' warning, trying to steer them away. You have the woman's appearance. The 2 different whispers. One may be dismissive or slightly protective for Boy. The other, a direct, possessive threat to Jack.
You'll meet me tonight.
Exactly. Then the neighbor ghost's ambiguous answers, his later role in luring Jack. And the context of the mass vacancy, the double tragedy. It paints a terrifying picture. It suggests Jack's seemingly harmless comment really did open a door. A very dangerous door.
It really does feel like every little piece clicks into place by the end, revealing this awful history.
It shows how places can absolutely hold the energy, the imprint of past tragedies, and how sometimes interacting with that energy, even unintentionally, can have terrifying consequences.
So this story, wow, it just builds and builds. That first warning from the guard, easily dismissed. The encounter with the woman, creepy but maybe explainable at first. The whispers, the shadow, the neighbor who wasn't real. And then the final tragic reveal about the whole floor.
A masterclass in escalating dread.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? About, respecting boundaries you don't understand, the weight of tragedy that can linger in a place, and those whispers. Why different messages? Was it a warning for Boy and a claim on Jack? Was Jack's flirtation the trigger, or was something going to happen anyway on that floor? So many unsettling questions remain.
And perhaps they're meant to remain. It's a stark reminder that there's so much we don't understand about what lingers after traumatic events. It challenges our neat perception of reality, showing how places can seem to remember, and sometimes those memories lash out.
A truly unsettling thought to end on. Thank you for joining us for this particularly chilling deep dive into Coon Boy's story. We hope it gave you as many goosebumps as it gave us.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah. If you found this story compelling, keep exploring the strange and unexplained with us. Until next time, stay curious.